Good morning, my dear students. By now, we all know what is a Constituent Assembly and Constitution. When was it adopted, enacted, and enforced? We have also studied about some of the features of our Constitution. Let's recap. Our country has a written constitution and it is the lengthiest constitution. It has picked up the best features from other constitutions. Our country is a democratic and republic country. The government is made up of the people, by the people, and for the people. Every citizen has got voting right. The voting age has been reduced from 21 to 18 to make the youth more sensible and creative. Ours is a federal and parliamentary form of government. We also exercise single citizenship. And now, next. Fundamental rights and duties. Every individual has certain fundamental rights and duties. Fundamental rights are justiciable, which means that a person can move to a court if they are violated. There are 6 fundamental rights that a person can exercise: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. The importance of fundamental rights is that it protects the rights and liberties of a person. It is very essential for the growth of the individual and it gives self-confidence to the people. The 42nd Amendment Act 1976 added a new part 4A to the Constitution, which contains fundamental duties. Duty to safeguard public property and uphold and protect the unity and integrity of the country are some of them. Next feature is the directive principles of state policy. These aims to create social and economic conditions under which the citizens can lead a good life. The state should ensure that the citizens have adequate means of livelihood and the economic system does not result in the concentration of wealth in few hands. These principles are not justiciable. This is also the basic difference between fundamental rights and directive principles. India is a secular country, which means that it has no official religion. It allows equal freedom of faith and worship to all. We can see many people residing in India of different religions. The opposite of a secular state is a theocratic state. Saudi Arabia, Iran, Pakistan are some of the countries which are theocratic in nature. That is, those countries are not secular states. Next feature included in the Constitution is reservation of seats. As you all know, children, reservation is primarily given to 3 groups: scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes. These are groups that have faced social and economic discrimination in the past. Today, anyone whose forefathers belonged to ST community gets the benefit of reservation irrespective of his present socio-economic status. Seats are reserved for them in the Lok Sabha and also in the legislative assemblies of the states. Next feature is a welfare state. A welfare state provides for its citizens a wide range of social services such as education, medical care, and financial aid during old age, sickness, or unemployment. The Constitution of India states that the state shall strive to promote the welfare of the people. Our Constitution is also a combination of rigidity and flexibility. Now, what is a rigid constitution? It is the one which cannot be amended easily, whereas a flexible constitution can be amended easily. Our constitution is partly flexible and partly rigid, which means that the process of amendment falls under 3 categories. Firstly, few articles may be amended by Parliament by a simple majority. This process is very simple and too elastic. Secondly, there are articles which can be amended by a majority of not less than 2/3 of the members of both houses of Parliament. This procedure is more rigid, yet reasonably elastic. Thirdly, there are articles which require 2/3 majority of both houses plus ratification by the legislators of not less than half of the states. To sum up, the Constitution is a beautifully balanced document. We all know that there are three branches of government in India. They are legislature, executive, and judicial. The legislature has the parliament and the state legislatures included. Executive comprises of president and vice president. Judicial has the courts, the high courts, the supreme courts, and all the subordinate courts. No single branch of government can claim absolute authority or power. The Union Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. In India, the judiciary is independent of both the executive and the legislature. So there is a beautiful check and balance among the three organs of the government. That's the end of the chapter. We have finished all the features of the Constitution. In my next video, I shall give you a few sample answers as to how you need to do your assignments. Goodbye, children, and thank you. Take care of yourself.